Okay, so of course tonight we'll be talking about a topic which is very, very important about how to use social media because we can't run away from it. Of the leaders that we have in forever who are doing better are using social media. So whether we like it or not, we just have to learn how to use social media. We can talk about the number one FPO. She has invested so much money, so much dollars in buying gadgets, which is supporting her to build social media platform. We can talk about the young guy from India. Right now, he was in fact in all his training, he mentioned to say if you want to connect to the this era, to this generation, you have to know how to use social media. But not only that, actually, we are just in a generation, in an era whereby people are very busy. And really, for you to connect with them, you just have to know how to use social media, how to use technology. Okay? So tonight, I'm not the main speaker. Of course, we're having a special speaker, a special trainer who will take us about, who will train us about the social media platform that she's using. Okay? She'll be training today about TikTok. So, like almost every week, we'll be having a training about social media because there are a lot of social media platforms out there. We have Facebook, WhatsApp, Pinterest, LinkedIn, like Instagram, we have Twitter, YouTube, TikTok. There are a lot of them, and you can't know all of them at once. So be able to train a bit by bit to be going the social media platform. Then of course you'll be able to see which one you can be comfortable with, because it's not about choosing all of them. It's about being best with one social media platform. Like example, I was talking about Onami. Onami is building the business using Instagram. Okay, using Instagram. But right now, when you look at maybe Africa, even people in South Africa, if you speak to people in South Africa, they will tell you that right now they're building the business using TikTok because currently TikTok is trending. It's very easy to connect with people without even spending any coin. We just have to be creative. So be having like social media trainings almost every single week so that we can be able to help people who don't know how to use these social media platforms so that they can also utilize them and connect to more people. Let me just share with you my story. Me, when I started the business, I started when I was a student and I shared this business. In fact, it's not me who shared. One of my brothers went when I was in Lusaka. When he came to Lusaka, I shared with him the opportunity and the benefit that we can get from the opportunity. Now, if we build it bigger, we can even be able to buy maybe the cars and whatnot. That brother went back home and he told the parents to say he has started a business whereby even maybe within a few months we'll be able to buy a car and whatnot. So I received the calls from back home saying, no, stop whatever you are doing right now. We sent you to school not to do businesses for us. What if the business for? And you have felt school to be an embarrassing thing. Please stop that. Okay, so by that, it was hard for me to share the opportunity to the family. It was hard for me to share the product's benefit to the family. I ended up blocking some people so that they stop seeing my statuses, they stop seeing the things I'm posting on social media until I had to build a business to the extent that I was able to make the income. Even if any challenge were to come, I can be able to survive. Okay? Yeah. So this is to tell that there are some people in here maybe who have started the business that they're thinking like, no, maybe my family members are not supporting me, whatnot. You can use these social media platforms and you can able to connect to the people that you don't know and you can be able to make good income. I can tell you 90% of my clients are coming, let me just say 100% of my clients are coming from social media. And 90% of them I've never even meet them physically. We just talk, we just chat. They send money, I deliver. Sometimes I deliver, they send money. So these social media platforms can really, really even help you to connect to the people that you don't know, and you can even build it bigger and better. Bigger and better. Okay. So of course, this reminds me of the training we had in January 2024 when we went to Kenya. When we went to Kenya, the Vice President of Africa emphasized much on knowing physical and also knowing social media, digital, how to use digital tools in order to grow our businesses. But also he said, as you are learning on how to use digital, ensure that those people you are connecting with on social media platforms, you are able to meet physically, interact physically. So he mentioned to say, go digital, go online. So tonight, due to time, allow me to welcome our trainer who will be able to take us through on how she's using TikTok to build a business. Really, I thought, I was looking at who can train us about how to use this TikTok. And in my observation, I went to search for the people like here locally who are in Zambia who were able to use TikTok effectively. And I came across her account. Of course, she's doing massively. I was able to see comments, people commenting, wanting to learn more about the business, but also looking at her business is growing. Why? Because of her TikTok. Right now, she's just using TikTok to connect to more people, to connect to a lot of prospects. Every single day, she's able to have prospects to talk to. So I said, please, can you do this training so that we can share to our team, so that they can learn? We can also, we can help another person know how they can also use this same TikTok to connect to more people and have people to talk to and expand the business. So her name is Imelda Ntenga. She's a biomedical tech, but also she's a supervisor in our marketing plan of Forever Living Products. So of course, I believe she'll be able to introduce herself more. Yeah, so allow me to unmute her so that she can take us through on how she's using her TikTok to build a business. Okay, can I see some fire, please? Before she comes in, can I see some fire, please? Can I see some fire in the chat room? As I'm welcoming Dr. Imelda Ntenga. Can I see some fire? Can I see some fire? Can I see some fire in the chat room as I'm trying to welcome our speaker, our trainer for tonight? Okay, I'm looking for her here. Okay, so Dr. Imelda, I've sent unmute to you. You can unmute yourself, please, and take us through this training. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, my leader, for giving me this privilege to be amongst you, my leaders, and to also share one or two things about TikTok, or rather the knowledge that I've been able to attain in these few months. Before I proceed, I would love someone to confirm with me if I'm audible enough. Anyone who can confirm with me if they're able to get me?
We are able to get you, my leader, loud and clear.
Okay, thank you so much. As introduced, my name is Imelda Ntenga, and professionally, I'm a biomedical technologist, and in our marketing plan, I'm a supervisor. So tonight, I'm going to take you through how I've managed to build my business, how I've been able to connect with more people using TikTok. So, how am I prospecting using TikTok? I'm sure that is the question that most of us may be wondering. But one thing I can tell you is that TikTok, just like any other social media, it requires you to have consistency in posting. Okay. And also, how can you manage to grow your followers on TikTok? This is number one thing that I think we have to take a look at. And how you can manage to grow your followers on TikTok is simply by, first of all, you have to be consistent, which I've already talked about. But also another thing is that TikTok, unlike other social medias, when we talk of Facebook or Instagram, in most cases you'd find that we'll just go there, you post your things and you're out of Facebook. But I feel like with TikTok, it's a different case. So TikTok really want to know if they're dealing with a human being. They're not dealing with a ghost. So you have to make sure you are there to comment and liking other people's posts. Because by doing that, that's when TikTok can also start recommending your account to other people as well. But also, you can grow your followers by start to add favorites to posts and videos with trending songs. But also this one can also help you, because when we talk of trending songs, it's something that can really, really help you wherever you're trying to create a post to go viral. But also try by all means to keep the interaction going. By that, I mean reply to comment. When someone comment on your video, on your post, be there to like it back, be there to comment, so that the interaction can continue going. But also without forgetting posting on your story. Make sure you are there to post on your story. I'm sure this is most of the things on our WhatsApp and even on Facebook. We're able to post on our stories. But one thing I've noticed about TikTok is that on our stories, and also another thing that you can use to boost, or rather to grow your followers, it's also boosting. I've been told that on TikTok you can actually boost your page, but on my end, I think it's something that I've never tried, but I'm hoping to try as time goes on. And this is actually my page, or rather my account on TikTok. And of course, I've been having TikTok, I would say, since last year in January. I had a TikTok in my phone, but I can't say I was using it. Became consistent. That's when I became effectively on TikTok. And in 4 months' time, I've managed to grow my page. I've managed to grow my account 8K likes, which is something that I never thought that I would be able to do in 4 months' time. But with the consistency, I've been able to do that than 900. So leaders, this is something we can all do. Like I said, the way we are posting. Okay, so another question, or maybe another thing that you may wonder is, what do I post and how do I post? So what do I post on TikTok? On my end, so sometimes I think as forever business owners, we are so much carried away to wanting to connect with prospects, such that we forget that there is life outside forever. So for me, I like forever. So I share most about my daily lifestyle, my hobbies, maybe if I'm reading a certain book, I share about that. But I share 1 or 2 verses on my TikTok, which I think it's something that we can also do. It shouldn't be like every time business. Yes, we really want to grow, we really want to connect with prospects, but I think we shouldn't forget the part that there is also life outside forever. So also you can also post pictures and videos of your physical business meetings. Here in Lusaka, I don't know about other provinces in Zambia, but here in Lusaka, we've been having this physical business presentation regularly. So make sure you post about that. In most cases, you don't want your prospect to think that this is just an online business. So show them that actually this is a physical business, whereby they're able to see that other people are also there to attend. Okay. But another thing is that go live sometime. This is something that I actually learned from just last month from Gucci the Great. It's something that I never paid attention. Yes, I know that you can go live on TikTok, but it's something that I never really thought I would ever go live on TikTok. But I once tried presentation just after we came back from Rwanda. We had this physical presentation, and I went live for the whole session. Like, I was there live, and from there I had about 400 likes, and of course I managed to collect some contact. So sometimes go live. Even if you're not having maybe a physical presentation, go live at the office. Maybe you're collecting an order. Maybe you're meeting your prospects for one-to-one. Record yourself, do a live video. You know, some people want to just believe if this is really happening. But when you don't go live, maybe they might be having those doubts. Okay, and also, how do I post? For me, I mostly use trending songs, which I would recommend, I would urge everyone from this meeting or rather training to be using trending songs. You know, like I said, TikTok, unlike other social media handles, TikTok has a different way of operation. Okay, you have to search of what is trending, because you also want your video, your post to go viral. And you can't go viral maybe if you are just, you're using just these sounds that are just in your mind. Connect with the world. Even if, yes, maybe you're a Christian and you don't want to seem a certain way, maybe you're too spiritual, but on TikTok, I feel like you just have to connect with the world. If there's this song that is trending, you have to go with it. Okay? But also another thing that I can also urge you is by using catchy captions. So on this part, actually, this is where you can draw so much attention. Okay, I feel like TikTok, people on TikTok don't have I feel like they don't have time. I don't know, but I feel like they don't have enough time to go through paragraph. Okay, so make sure you are so creative to create a catchy caption. What do you want from a prospect? Okay, make it a very short and straightforward. It can be as simple as who I'm looking for. Maybe, for example, you can say, I'm looking for youths who wants to an extra income. As straight and simple as that. So that even when prospects are coming, they know what they're coming to do. Okay, so let's avoid having those, long paragraph and the like. But yes, you can use time to time, but I feel like to catch more attention, make sure you have that creative catch caption. All right, and also this is just one of my examples on how I respond, or rather how I reply to connect more with prospects who are actually interested. So this is just one of my videos, and these videos actually brought me a lot of prospect, because yes, I used the most trending sound, and also it was a very catchy caption, and prospects started to respond to how I'm building, or rather what is really required to join the business. So here prospects were commenting to say I'm interested, and I had to make sure that I respond to each and every text, even if what I was responding was just the same, because I was just telling them to text me on WhatsApp. But I had to make sure that I respond to one and every single message. Why? Because I needed to keep the interaction going. And the more I did that, I think the more TikTok continued to recommend my post. So don't be lazy. Don't reply maybe to just one or two people that comment in you. If you have 10 comments, make sure you respond to all the 10 comments. If you have 15, do the same. And also here is on the part of how I connect with my prospect. Actually, I have about 2 methods that I use. So I have what I call direct connecting with prospect. By direct, I mean this is the time whereby I create a post, a catchy caption and the like, and prospects start coming to my inbox straight. Like from TikTok, they get my number, they text me direct on WhatsApp. So here I've created a certain message that I share with everyone who reaches out to me using maybe they've never come to prospects until the time you invite them for a presentation. Okay, because for me here, yes, there's this message. When a prospect respond to this message, I make sure I either call them or I send them a voice note. Why do I do that? I don't want to my prospect to think they're just chatting with a robot. Okay? If rather send them a voice note, because the best way you can interact or the best way you can connect more with a prospect is not by chatting. Even in our steps to manager, it has really emphasized on calling prospect and not chatting with them. So in my case, when they reach out to me, I share with them this message. In this message, actually, I've introduced myself. First of all, I greet them. Good afternoon. Then I I thank them for reaching out. Sometimes it's important because yes, they may have a lot of things to do, but someone just deciding to copy your number and text you on WhatsApp, you have to thank them. So for me, I thank them for doing that, but I also introduce myself. Here, I just briefly say I'm Imelda Ntenga. I'm a biomedical technologist, and I'm also a business coach. Then I ask them to say, before I proceed, can I also know your name, your occupation, and also your location? Why do I ask for their name, occupation, and location? It's very simple. I want to know the person I'm going to call. I don't want to end up calling someone, hi, hello, hi. I really love to address my prospect by their name. I want to call someone to say, hi, precious, this is Imelda. Okay. But why do I want to know about their occupation? It's very simple. We have different categories of people. We have student. We have people that are working. I need to know because even you have to. There is a way you connect with a student, and there's also the way you connect with someone who is working, and also just a stay-at-home mother. It's totally different. Okay. And also, why do I need to know about their location? Very simple. For me, it's important to know their location because for the people that are in Lusaka, the first thing I do before even in, before even sending them a video, before even inviting them for a presentation, the first thing I do to the people that are in Lusaka, or rather prospect that are in Lusaka, I request for one-to-one, unless if they tell me that they are not available. That's when now I can try to expose them using maybe a video, and also maybe a video, or maybe a presentation if we have an upcoming presentation. But here, when I call a prospect, it's not like you just call to say hi. Make sure you introduce the kind of business, because the reason they've texted you is because they want to know what kind of business. So you can just briefly, for me, I do this within 3 minutes, I'm done, because maybe I'm having 10 people to call in a day, or even 15. So I have to make sure that I'm as fast as possible, because I don't want to have a day that I'm only calling just prospect. No, I have to have other things like maybe calling my customers. So I make sure that I do that. And another method that I use for connecting with prospect is indirect method. Okay, so for other people that maybe they haven't yet started, maybe their pages are still not yet there, you can use indirect texting. Okay, this is the manual way of just texting people. And for me, my focus, or rather my target, are the people that, one, they like my posts, and also those people that view my profile. I make sure I go there, I start texting them. But also, one thing I came to realize is that uh, back then I used to share a message that was just too direct, whereby I've introduced myself, I've introduced the business, everything. So I had a lot of people that could leave me unseen. So I had to come up with another way of actually connecting with these people. Rather than going direct, I created this series of messages that I share with my prospect. First of all, I just start by greeting them. For example, I just say, Hello, great to connect with you here. How is your 2025 going? As simple as that. Then from there, you wait until a person responds. That's when you proceed, because there they will respond if their year is good so far. If their year is bad, you know how you can, create, like, be creative, how you can continue and put the conversation going. But my next message, mostly, I make sure I tell them to say, I do business, so I like to connect with new people. And I ask them, what do you do? Other people from there, they would ask me, why do you want to know what I do? Other people would tell me, actually, I'm a student. Other would tell me, I'm working, and the like. But also from there, once they tell me what they do, I respond by telling them that, are you open to have information on building a part-time business? If yes, I give you some information. If not, I totally understand. So from here now is where I get a lot of messages, or rather replies, like, what is it all about? What kind of business is that? And all that. Of course, there is a way that I make sure that I don't respond from directly to start explaining about, maybe forever in text chatting. No. So mostly what I do is that I ask them to say, is it okay? Because mostly when you text them this, they will ask, what kind of business is that? So for me, I tell them that, is it okay? Or maybe, do you mind us exchanging contacts so that I explain further about the business I'm talking about? And from there, prospects are able to share their contacts. Or maybe even on my end, I share my number first. But mainly when I do that, even a prospect is now comfortable to also drop their contact. And these are some of the examples. Hi, Leader Amfrey, can you try to? Yes, okay, thank you. So here are just some of the examples of how I managed to chat with my prospect up to the end that they managed to drop their contact. And yes, and until they're able to drop their contact. So from there, now I take them, or rather I text them on WhatsApp, and we'll continue from there. But also, how do I do a follow-up? Because you can't just get a number and yes, you call them and it's done. They say a fortune is in follow-up. We've heard this saying a lot of time, and I got this saying actually from Eric War. So he talked about how we lose a lot of prospect by just failing to have, or rather to have that art of doing a follow-up. Okay, so on my end, how do I do follow-ups? Because I believe that what matters the most with everything, like collecting contacts and the like, I need to expose my prospects more, but also, do I do follow-ups on them? So on my end, I have this big book. It's a counter book. Yes. And people would ask me, are you a student? And the like, but trust me, I have enough time. I'll record every single person that reaches out to me. And I make sure I don't leave out numbers. So every time I get a text, or whether I connect with someone through direct or maybe indirect, I make sure I record them in this book, so that it's easier for me to go back and to check on who promised when to join. But also, it's a way to also track my business, because in most cases you'd find that we know, no, I'm talking to enough people, but no one is joining. But when you look back, you'd find that maybe in a month you only talked to 20 people. In 20 people the whole month, and you're complaining that maybe you're not recruiting. Guys, let's be serious. In a month, in most cases, in a month, I manage to correct even 150 numbers, sometimes 180. When I go below 100, I'm even like, what did I do wrong? Like, I have to find means and ways. I write in this book for those people that comes to center. I'm sure they always find me with this book. But what do I record on this book? First, I record prospects' names. I record their contact number. I record their occupation. I record their location. I record the action. So on this action part is, what have I done with a prospect? Have I shared a video with a prospect? Have I invited the prospect maybe for an online or maybe physical presentation? I have to make sure I record in this action. And here I just don't record anyone. I have to make sure I record those prospects that I've managed. If it's a video, they've managed to watch a video. That's when I indicate to say video. If it's a online business presentation, I make sure they attended the presentation. We've even done the closing. That's when I record them. But also, lastly, I also record a feedback from prospect. Feedback is the way of maybe when are they joining the business and the like. But also, I do follow-ups by using broadcasts. So on my end, I would say per particular month, I have people that I've added in a broadcast. And in the broadcast, I make sure I share once or twice every month. I don't go beyond that. Yes, because I don't want to exhaust my prospect with a lot of information. Like every day I'm keeping on posting on those broadcasts. No. So I'll look for very catchy, very enticing videos or messages that I can share, especially on month end, to try to have a way to penetrate them, for them to reconsider if they are still doubting about the business, for them to reconsider starting the business. But also, I love to give offers. For this, for offers actually, I give for those hot prospects, like who, like maybe they promise to say, I'm starting on month end, like month end I'm starting. Then maybe you call them on month end, they start giving you certain excuses like, maybe the man I was expecting. So I come up with certain offers. The offers can be like adding some extra product in their combos. And I also tell them the benefit of me adding the extra product in their combos. I would definitely tell them to say, no, actually, when I add this product, you make an extra, or rather, this extra profit away from the profit that you're going to get. So that can also just entice them to consider or find the money faster. But other offers are like maybe for having maybe a trip, upcoming trip, I also tell them about the trip so that they can also try to reconsider from there. And that marks my end of my training. And thank you so much for being attentive. And I hope I was so clear enough. And if anyone has any questions where they feel like they have to add, or maybe they have questions where they are not clear, questions are very much welcome. Yes, leaders, anyone with questions, so that I attend to those questions.
Wow, wow, wow. What a powerful training. You know, I was so very much attentive and I tried to ensure that I liked some notes. I was a very good student. Thank you so much, Leader, for this powerful training. And I'm pretty sure that really for people in this meeting and who paid much attention, they will be able to transform their business and recruit more. But please, like Shaz mentioned, please questions. If there's anyone who is having a question, this is a time to ask questions so that you can also do that. You know, the good part about our business is just a copy and paste, copy and paste, copy and paste. Nothing is different. You know, like Forever has been there for over 46 years now, 47, and people have been just doing the same thing, copy and paste. So please ask your question here. Ask your question. You can type your question there so that she can respond to you while we are in this meeting, so that even another person can learn from your question. Wow. People are saying powerful training. Wow, wow, wow. It was really a powerful training. Please, questions. Questions, leaders. Questions, leaders. Okay, as you are waiting for the questions, let me just try maybe to add up something as well. You know, I've been learning from her page, and really, she's someone who is really consistent when it comes to posting. Like everything she shared here, it's not just something of maybe she has gone on YouTube to learn. No, it's something that she's really, really doing. And for those people who follow her, really, you can testify that this is what she's doing. Okay, so there's a question here. So before I head up, there's a question here. Please, leader, you can reply. Dr. Tsenga is saying, how do you handle those who ask for money, like borrow me money to start it? I'll make money when I give you. So please, you can respond to that question.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Chisenga, for your question. Okay, so for me, people who comes to ask for money, I perceive them not to be serious. Because first of all, why are you asking money from a stranger? And I'm giving you an opportunity that can help you make some money, and you're there asking me for money. So for me, this kind of people, I perceive them not to be anything that I'm supposed to be, maybe to continue exposing them to the business. Oh, okay. So you are asking to say to borrow money as a starting capital. Okay. So this still goes back to say anyone who wants to change their life will find means to get that. So for someone who comes to tell you to say, no, I'm asking for money that I can use to buy maybe the product to start the business, I still perceive them not to be serious enough, because we've heard from a lot of stories from our different leaders. We've had like leader Wilbert, who ended up selling his laptop so that he start the business. And you find that to ask for money, but maybe they are okay on my part. I just feel like they're not just serious enough, because anyone who would want to change their life would find a way. And starting capital is definitely not going to be a barrier to why someone should start a business.
Okay, thank you, leader. Yeah, I know again, some people are saying, I can't hear you, you're cutting.
Hello,
Also,
leader. I don't know.
another
My
person-
network is becoming unstable. If you're getting
Yeah,
me.
the network is unstable, but really, according to what I've just heard, you have mentioned to say, someone who's just really wanting to change his or her life, really, they will actually find the means of finding the money for them to start a business. For me, this is why I like asking these questions whenever I'm talking to prospect and someone say, no, I'll start whatever time and what. I like asking these questions. Suppose I tell you this to say, go and just look for just a 7,900 in 1 week period. I'm going to give you a free, maybe based on Hilux. When you just come with 7,900, if you fail, I'll give you another person. What can you respond? And in most cases, 90% of the people, they respond to say, I can find the means of looking for the money. So this is what is just from talking about to say, if really someone want to change their life, they look for the means to do that. She also gave an example of Wilbert Maria, who ended up selling a laptop. But also I can add up Gooch mentioned that she saw the only TV she was having for her to start a business. So again, it also just comes back to you as a person who is talking to that person. It's all about what kind of a person do you want? You know, are you looking for those people who say, no, can you borrow me the capital? So you have to raise also the standard. But you know, when you're responding to them, you just have to find a good way of responding to them. Don't respond lewdly, you know, find a good way of responding to them. Me too, I come across those people. And I think maybe almost everyone who is in Forever, I've come across a person like that one. So it's just all about, you know, find a good way of responding to them. Yeah, but also maybe trying to give them other means of starting the business. Because of course, there are some people who have started the business without even having the whole money. Maybe they started by starting advertising the products. Like there's a red I usually like giving example. Her name is Tia. Tia was not having the money. So the offer they gave her is that start advertising the products. When you sell the products, I'll be saving for you the profit. So she did that until she raised the money to become to start as a full member. And within 4 months of being in the business, she became a manager. So there are some people who really can't have that 7,900. If you think those people really, like it's through the conversation, you can tell that this person can't afford, then why can't you give them that offer of maybe start advertising or telling them at least if you have this amount of dollars, I can show you on how you can boost and have customers. You can also use that means if you really find that that person can't manage. Just that sometimes it's a bit challenging, but you have to tell the person to say, this is not the easiest way. You just have to be patient and it will really work for you. I think that way it can also, I think that's a good way of responding to such kind of people. Yeah, so if you have another question, please, we can ask within 2 minutes. Okay, so there's a question, another question here, Leader. Leader Idisa is asking to say, thank you so much, Leader, for the powerful presentation. Do you also promote products on TikTok? I don't know if your network is stable now. You can respond to that, Dr. Imelda. Okay, if you like, oh, Dr. Imelda is no longer in the meeting, I think due to network. All right, so responding to that, yes, you can also promote the products on TikTok. And you know, on TikTok, you can even promote products without spending any money. If you're just creative, you can be able to, your post can lead to a lot of people, but also you can even use. Okay, I think she's having a network challenge. She's trying to respond. Yeah, so just to respond to that is that you can do advertised product, you can do promote on TikTok. Actually, whenever you post the, maybe let's say a poster and you want to promote, if you look at your right side, there's on top which is like right, there's on comment, there's on share, then down here there are 3 dots there. When you click on that 3 dots, there's somewhere where they have written to say increase viewers. When you click there, it will show you if you want followers, if you want more messages, then you can go on what you want, maybe on more messages there, then you put the figure you want to promote. You can also do that. There's also a way of boosting, and there it's so very cheap to promote on TikTok. Okay, it's very cheap to promote on TikTok. So thank you so much, leaders. I think due to time, we can end here. Let me end by saying thank you so much, Dr. Imelda, for preparing this powerful training. I believe that leaders in here, they'll be able to find time to ensure that they utilize on this TikTok so that they can also build their businesses on that. If you're not having a TikTok account, you can create a TikTok account right now and follow the people that are using this TikTok. You saw the name, like the trainer for today is Imelda Ntenga. I'm also on TikTok. And she talked about going live. If you want to be going live, you need to have at least followers of at least 1,000. So how can you have that? Is by consistently posting, like she's saying, and also using the trending sound. Trending sound can't only be secular music. It can even be gospel. The key is in just consistently posting. And as you are consistently posting and commenting and liking other people's videos, you'll be able to come across trending sound. And if you use them, you also be able to grow your audience. And yeah. And what to post, he talked about, of course, like your lifestyle. Maybe if you're working, as you're going at work, you can, take a picture as you are moving from your house or home, or you reach your office, to post. If you go out eating, please post, post. Gooch talked about that. If you're eating, post, yeah. So as you are doing that, if you're in the office, maybe you can just even record like a short video to say, hi guys, I'm so super excited. I've just, I'm in my office, just, be you, but just add a bit of creativity. What to post is a lot. So I believe all of us here are going to create a TikTok account. How to create is very simple. When you go on TikTok and go on that sign up, you just need to put your number and the password, and your account is created. Okay, I think they also maybe send you a code that you're going to put, then your account is open. From there, you put your profile, make sure you put your picture, not animals, dogs, or plants. No, put your picture there so that people are able to see the real you. But also ensure that as you're posting more of you, not much of other people. Maybe if you want to post other people's, if you've got a picture where we are with that person, when you post yours, also maybe next you can also put the picture of that person you want to post and other things. Okay, yeah, so we can do that, please, leaders. So this marks the end of this training. We'll be having more of this. So I believe maybe next time we're going to have on how to use Facebook, so that we can have people being able to use these social media platforms and build their businesses. We can learn like this